Well, what if I told you the next global powerhouses are not China, Germany, or Japan, but think Mexico, Poland, and Vietnam? Sounds crazy until you look at what's actually happening. Global trade is breaking down, supply chains are rewiring, and suddenly small countries with the right geography and the right friends are replacing the old giants. If you're done with globalist bullshit and ready for straight talk, subscribe now. Today we're breaking down why the system's breaking down. For decades, globalization rewarded the big economies, big manufacturing hubs, big shipping lanes. But that system depended on trust and America keeping the world open and safe. Now, that trust is gone. And America, we're not doing that for free anymore. We're retreating. Tariffs are rising, and China, Germany, and Japan, the titans of the old model, they're all facing major structural problems, which historically has happened to many countries. So who's stepping up? Well, welcome to the age of regional powers. Here's the new rule. Be close to the US, geopolitically reliable, and cheap to operate in, and you win. You don't have to dominate the world. You just need to be trusted and plugged in to the new North American-led supply chains. That's why the winners of this new era aren't going to be the old giants. Everyone's willing to move fast, stay flexible. Mexico is now the #1 trading partner of the United States. It's not just about auto parts or avocados, although I do love avocados. Mexico is becoming the factory floor for the US, and has been for the last 15 years. American companies are leaving China and setting up in Mexico. The labor is cheaper, the border is right there, and the politics are much more manageable, especially under the USMCA deal. Mexico isn't replacing China globally, but it's replacing China in the Americas. That's a big deal, and China's not going to be very happy. Now let's talk about Poland. While Germany shuts down factories and struggles with energy, Poland is booming. Why? Because Poland's not trying to balance Russia and the West. It's all in on the US. American military bases? Check. NATO compliance? Check. US investment? Flowing in. Poland is fast becoming America's anchor in Eastern Europe. A frontline state that's both industrial and reliable. Man, I was in Poland last year, and it is remarkable how different it is from when I was there 20 years ago. And then there's Vietnam. Everyone wants to talk about India, but Vietnam, where the real action is. Vietnam quietly signed trade deals with both the US and the EU. It's got a young labor force, strong manufacturing capability, and most importantly, it's not China. Samsung makes its phones there. Apple's moving in. US electronics and garment industries are shifting. Vietnam's not trying to dominate. It's just trying to stay useful, and that might be the smartest play of all. This is where it gets a little interesting. The ones that are missing the moment. First, Russia. Russia's not even in the race anymore. After its invasion of Ukraine, it's facing sanctions, isolation, and brain drain. Its energy exports are shrinking, its economy is militarized, and even if the war ended tomorrow, it would take 10 to 15 years just to rebuild what's been lost. Russia has sidelined itself for an entire generation. Then there's India, the country that should be everything. But instead, India is hesitating. It wants to be neutral, play all sides, hedge its bet. But in a world that's splintering, hesitation looks a lot like disinterest. And America isn't willing to play with the disinterested anymore. While Vietnam and Mexico are plugging directly into US supply chains, India's too slow, too bureaucratic, and too focused on the past. This could be India's moment. Man, but at this point, they are kind of blowing it. So what does the shift mean? It means the global power map is being redrawn. Not by wars, not by coups, but by trade. America is no longer chasing the lowest cost, it's chasing the most secure partner. And the winners? A handful of strategically located, diplomatically aligned, and economically agile nations that can deliver what America needs, without the drama. These new regional powers, they won't rule the world, but they will define the next phase of it. So forget the G7, forget BRICS, forget the old world order. The future of trade, security, and strategy belongs to the regionally trusted, not the globally loud. And Mexico, Poland, and Vietnam, they're not just riding the wave, they're steering it. This is the new reality. Okay, if you like what you heard, subscribe to America's Geopolitics. This is Frank. See you next time.